Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Ellie and today I'm going to be doing a video on boy talk because you guys asked for it, so here it is. I have been sent some questions by you guys relating to boys or girlfriends, either way, and so I thought I would do a little video to give my opinion to you guys. I mean, please note I am not an expert whatsoever, hence why I am single. Sad times, but anyway. So I'll do my best. I'll give you my opinion on what I think you should do to try and deal with the situation, that kind of thing. If it's not what you think you should be doing, then no worries. Also, please excuse the horrendous colour that I am, but I sat in the sun for way too long on like Sunday I think, and I'm still recovering, as you can see. So I've tried to cover it up with fake tan, it hasn't worked, so here we are. Message number one was, I want to message this guy that I've liked for a while, but I'm scared that he won't reply. What do I do? Now girl, let me tell you, I have had this problem so many times. If you'd asked me this probably even only 2-3 weeks ago, I would have told you that I could not answer this question for you because I literally would avoid it at all costs. However, I am taking this lockdown to create a new Ellie, be a little bit more confident, you know, take things, bite the bullet and things like that. So my advice for you is do it. Just message him. If he doesn't reply or he's really blunt or he says to you, I don't want to talk, then he's not worth your time. Full stop. I actually had the same situation last week where I really wanted to message a guy that I liked, but was so nervous about him rejecting me that I put it off for ages, and it was only until my sister quite physically pressed the send button on the message that I messaged him. I would just suggest, you know, go for it, do it. If he doesn't reply, then he's not worth your time, honey, and you can do better. Number two is, I've been with my girlfriend for 2.5 years, but I've lost the feelings while in lockdown. Help, please. Now, this one hits home a little bit hard. As I said in my first video, I had a boyfriend for 2.5 years. He ended the relationship because he wasn't feeling the same anymore. He did it over Snapchat, which was beautiful, but he didn't really give me any reasons. He just said, you know, I've fallen out of love, I've lost the feelings and all of that. My advice to you on this one is, A, remember you're in lockdown. You guys can't see each other at the moment, I'm supposing. You know, you might be living together, but if it's a case of you not seeing each other, then things are going to be difficult, and they're going to be different to your usual relationship, the way that you handle your relationship and things like that. So my advice for you is to call her, FaceTime her, have a chat with her and just say, look, this is how I'm feeling. Maybe between the two of you try and work out what's been different, what's been lost. Do remember that it is lockdown, so circumstances are completely different to normal. Just talk to her, try and talk it through. Just be open and honest with her, is all I can really suggest, I'm afraid. Number three is, when is the right time to lose my B card? I'm 18 and still a virgin. There is no time frame in which you have to lose your B card, okay? You could be 16, you could be 18, you could be 25, you could be 35 for all I care. You can literally be as old as you want, as long as it's with the right person who treats you correctly, respects you, respects your body, you know, and you're not forcing it, you're not trying to just do it because all your friends have done it and all of that. I mean, I know people now that are still, well, 19, 20, 21, they're still a virgin. I look back now and I think maybe I should have waited, maybe I should have found somebody better suited to me, but I didn't, and here we are now. But you know, you learn from it. Yeah, so just, you know, just wait until you find the right person is basically all I'm saying, and don't be pressured into giving up what is your body. Question number 4 is, I'm really struggling with being single, but I don't know if I'm good in a relationship. What's your advice? I feel you on this one. I struggle being single, but I also struggle being in a relationship. If you're like me, you're quite dependent in a relationship, quite needy, which isn't always a good thing. What I would say is, particularly with the lockdown and the quarantine, this is the perfect time for you to work out what it is you want. And you need to understand, as cliche as it sounds, who you are as a person first before you add somebody else into the equation, if that makes sense. When you are in a relationship, it is intense, or it can be intense. I think, you know, just work out what it is you want, A, to achieve from being in a relationship, but also learn more about yourself. You can almost teach them about yourself, or that kind of thing. I'm rambling, I know, but I don't really know how to answer that question, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Question number 5 is, I really want to try new things with my boyfriend, but I don't know how to tell him or ask him what's the best way to do that. You just got to be honest. You just got to be upfront with him. If it's something that my hair is just not cooperating. If it's something that you would like to happen or want to happen or that kind of thing, a relationship is two people, two equal people that should be respected and pleased in the same way, equally. So yeah, if you want to change certain things about your relationship, or you want to add certain things to your relationship, you know, whether or not that be types of dates or in the bedroom, or I don't know, if you want to add or take away things from the relationship, then you just need to be honest with them. If you're good enough in your relationship and he worships you enough as such, then he'll want to do those things because he'll want to make you happy. He might not be comfortable with them, and if he's not comfortable, then you need to take that into consideration. You need to think, okay, well, I want him to be comfortable in our relationship, so if I'm asking him to do this and he's not, then maybe it's not the best thing to be doing. So that's my opinion on that one. The question number 6 is, what would you do if your family didn't like your boyfriend? Obviously I don't have a boyfriend at the moment, so I can't really speak on current situation. However, my first boyfriend that we've discussed a couple of times now, my family did not like him at all for valid reasons. I see now, if that makes sense. Back then, I was very stubborn. I, you know, refused to listen to anything that my family had to say about him. But I do think that when I'm in a relationship, the way that my family and my boyfriend cooperate, incorporate, whatever you want to call it, the way that they act around each other is a massive thing for me. You know, because I want to be able to have a boyfriend around my house, meet my family, have dinners, go out and do certain things together. So if my family don't like him, that makes it very difficult. But at the same time, I've had to learn over the last few years that my mother tends to always be right. So if she's saying something to me and I'm not wanting to listen to it, a couple of months down the line, I'll turn around and be like, you all right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how, like, I wouldn't stop seeing him necessarily right there and then. If my mum was like, oh, I don't like him, Ellie, I would try and find ways of getting them to, so I've got such a squeaky chair, I'm so sorry. I try and find ways that they could get on, you know, see if they've got any common interests or anything like that, or bring him around a couple of times and just ask my mum for the opportunity for them to try and get to know him a little bit more than what they already do, if that makes sense. Question number 7 is, I've been talking to this girl during lockdown, but I'm not really feeling it, but she seems to be really interested. If you're not feeling it and you think that she might have developed feelings, or, you know, she seems into you, just tell her. Please just be honest, don't string her along. I can't stand anything more than when people drag other people along in a relationship, in a friendship, anything like that. You just need to be honest with her. That's all I really have to say. You know, give her a call, give her a FaceTime, make it a little bit more personal like that, that you're not just binning her off. Speak to her and just be like, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm not feeling it. And I kind of get the feeling that you are, so I want to be honest with you, and, you know, kind of nip it in the bud now. We can be friends if you want to be friends. It is quite cliche thing to say, you know, oh, let's be friends instead kind of thing. If you're not into it and you think she is, you just need to be honest with each other. You just need to say, look, this isn't working, I'm really sorry, in my opinion. But it's my opinion, so you might disagree. This is what I mean. I'm here to give my opinion on things. I just thought it'd be a good little video to do considering the messages I've got. So yeah, you take it, don't take it. It's there for you as such. Question number 8. I think a lot of girls and guys will be able to relate to it. And that's, I like this guy, but I can't tell if the feelings are mutual. What do I do? It's a bit difficult because I feel like if you were to just openly say, oh, I'm really into you, are the feelings mutual, that could scare some people off, depending on obviously how long you've been talking to them for. I think, you know, there are subtle things you can do, there are subtle hints you can drop. If you were to say, oh, how do you feel about going for a drink after lockdown, or go for dinner, and if he's like, oh yeah, okay, maybe, then maybe you've got your answer. If he flirts with you, or if she flirts with you, then that would probably suggest that they are interested. One thing for me is, do they message you first? If somebody doesn't make the effort with me as much as I make with them, so for example, I was talking to a guy and I was always the one to pop up first, and I just couldn't be bothered anymore because I felt like I wasn't getting the same energy back from him. So the next day, I didn't message him first. I never got a message from him and I haven't spoken to him since. I think if they're not willing to put in the same amount of effort as you, I just don't think it's worth your time, really. I think you can find somebody better than that. For this question specifically, are they flirting? Do they message you first? Do they message you good night? Do they like to call you? I mean, some people have a bit of a problem with phone calls. I'm quite awkward on the phone, and I ramble a lot when I get nervous, which is not a good thing when you're trying to impress somebody. I think that's kind of the way that you would see if they are interested, if they're not interested. I think it's going to be down to you personally, kind of having to pick up on those hints, if that makes sense. Question number 9 is, my boyfriend broke up with me 2 days ago, but because of lockdown, I can't go out and see my mates to get over it. Any advice? I hope you're doing okay. Obviously, I think you do notice a massive difference when you do start to actually accept the fact that you two are no longer together. So my advice to get over it in lockdown is give yourself a couple of days. Give yourself a couple of days to work through the feelings. You know, if you need to look back at photos and remember the good times, then do that. If you want to turn your phone off for 2 days and not speak to anyone, do that. If you're living with family or friends, I'd highly suggest that you start spending some time with them, because I think being around other people will really help you see that you're not completely alone. Eat lots of ice cream is what I would say. Go to Tesco's around the corner, whatever, pick up some ice cream, watch some films, do some self-care. Self-care, I cannot tell you how good it is to do some self-care after you've ended something with somebody. You know, get the fake tan out. I mean, you might not all fake tan as much as me, but get the fake tan out, do your makeup, do your hair, do your nails, put a face mask on, and just make yourself feel good again. And I can guarantee you will start feeling happier soon. Obviously, having a breakup in lockdown is shit, and I'm not gonna deny that. So yeah, you just need to use the support that you have around you. If you are living alone, then call some people, FaceTime your mum, FaceTime your dad, FaceTime your sister, FaceTime your best friend. You know, just keep in contact with people, and hopefully you'll start feeling better soon. I hope you do. Question number 10, kind of a question. I'm 19 and seeing a 25-year-old, but my friends and family don't approve. Girl, I relate on like so many levels. I am very well known with my friends and my family that I am more into older guys, much more than either my own age range or even just a couple of years above me, purely on a maturity level, that kind of thing. I mean, it's difficult because obviously you want the support of your family and your friends, but at the same time, it's your life. You're an adult, you're 19. So the way that I see it is, if this guy makes you happy, then there's not really a whole lot other people can say about it. As long as he treats you right and respects you and, you know, makes you happy, I can't really see a problem with it. But then that's me talking from personal experience on the way that people have reacted to some of the people that I've seen or dated. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't beat yourself up about it. Basically, you're 19. It's an age gap, but it's not extortionate, do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you are an adult and you can make those decisions for yourself. Question number 11 is, what do I do because my boyfriend's best friend is a girl and they spend all their time together, but me and her don't get along? Now, let me tell you, that would piss me the hell off. I mean, it's very much how much you trust him, maybe not so much how you trust her, because I think that very much differentiates the circumstances. But I do think maybe you should have a chat with him and just say, you know, babe, spend some time with me sometimes, that kind of thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that he has a girl for a best friend. I mean, I very much know that I get on with boys way better than I do with girls. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that, you know, it's a boy and girl friendship. I think it's more the fact that he spends more time with her than he does you. I do think when you're in a relationship, I don't know, because I don't want people to come at me, but I do think that your other half should be your priority, obviously with family and work and things like that, but they should come above other things like friend. I don't know, because you're going to come at me so hard. Basically, that's what I think, and I'm going to be open and honest about that because that is what I'm preaching to you guys. I do think you should be their priority and not their friend. Sorry, that was an awkward one. So guys, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for sending some stuff in to me. Thank you again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then don't forget to like and subscribe. A massive thank you to everyone that has been sharing my video as well, or my last video last week. It means the world to me. Honestly, you don't even understand. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.